This conference will now be recorded.
Is my voice audible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so let me log into the Tally software. Yes. So here we were discussing about the credit note. Okay. Yeah, so we are passing the sales vouchers. So let's go for the same. Yes, so F8 sales vouchers and Tara traders. Destination are given as MG Road, Mysore.
Ma'am, are you typing?
Yama. Yes, pa.
Ma'am, you're typing, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm not able to see the screen. Like, only the people we can see, ma'am.
Is my voice breaking? Okay. All of you are able to see the screen clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Is my voice breaking to all of you? Or is it, are you able to hear my voice clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
My voice is not breaking, right?
Oh.
So I think, Spurti, probably on your side, there is some net issue. So just see to that you rectify the same part, because I just confirmed here, probably there is no net issue. Okay, so just confirm. Right, so carrier name, of course, I've given as Shakti Enterprises. Motor vehicle number, address of Tara Traders. Now here, sales taxable, Now here you have to choose Dell computers. Select the go down. Quantity 5 Dell computers. 20,000 was the charge. So if you go and check the entry here, it is the company sold 5 Dell computers at 20,000 per number to Tara Traders, Karnataka at 18% GST. Okay, so here we have the CGST and the SGST details. Now we have to give the e-way bill number here. 1st of April. Dispatch from Jayanagar, Bangalore, MG Road, Mysore. Shakti Transporters, ID by road, regular, yes. New reference, Tara Traders, due date, being Dell Computers, sold on credit to Tara Traders, subject to 18% GST. So please pass the entry. If the others haven't joined, please let them know that they have joined the session. The ones who haven't joined, yes. Okay. So pass the entry. Okay. And now we will pass a credit note to mark the sales returns. After a period of 10 days, return of 5 Dell computers. So there's a small correction here. Okay, it is not 25, it is 2. Yeah, so after a period of 10 days, 2 Dell computers were returned on account of damages against the sale. So we have to mark this sales return. So here, how do I go about it? Now, what is the function key for a credit note? It is Alt F6. Okay, so once we click on Alt F6, we have the credit note. Okay, so here, now from which customer are the stocks being received back on account of damage? It is Tara Traders. So we will select Tara Traders here. Yeah, so here we have to give the tracking number, the dispatch details, and
Mom,
the
what's the
original
key for
invoice.
credit note?
It's Alt F6 bar. Let me show you the screen again. Yes. So the credit note is Alt F6. Yeah, it's displayed for you. So to mark the credit note, we need to go to Alt F6. So here we are in the Alt F6. So here, from which party the stocks are being received back? It is Tara Traders. So we'll select Traders here, press enter, and here we have the give up all the details. So we have the tracking number, dispatch document number. Now, how was it dispatched through? It was dispatched through the tempo bias. Now, how Tara Traders is dispatching back? So that details have to be given. Now it is coming back to my place of business. So the destination will be on my side. So Jayanagar, Bangalore, carrier name. Now, since Tara Traders is returning the damaged Dell computers back, so I'm receiving it in my place of business. So carrier name or the agent name has to be given of Tara Traders Transporter, not mine, because from there it is coming back to my place of business.
Mom, in credit note, I'm not getting the feature of party name and all.
In the credit note,
It's getting it as
uh,
particulars and credit.
okay. So what you have to do is press Control H. You get the change mode option. Control H. Have you got this screen here? Change voucher mode option.
Yes, mom.
In that you select the first one, that is item invoice mode. Now you're able to get like this.
Yes, mom.
Okay. I'll put up the transporter's name here, motor vehicle number here, original invoice number, ledger account sales, and what we had given as the GST classification, we have to use the same one. So we had given as sales taxable, marking it as intrastate sales taxable, right? So the same classification now also we have to choose, that is sales taxable. And here the name of the item. Now what is that Tara Traders is returning back? It is Dell computers. So you have to choose Dell computers. Go down, two Dell computers at 20,000 per number. So how many out of 5? Two are being dispatched, sent back. So to select two here, enter, enter, and now you have to give the GST details here because see, no tax is being levied or taxable on the damaged products. Yes, so there is a subtraction of the GST element here. So we will deduct the CGST and the SGST aspect from two numbers of Dell computers. So we'll put up here CGST and SGST. So again here, what is the reason for issuing a credit note is being asked. So here we have to give as it's a sales return. Okay. So or any other reason would support, the same can be given. So I would take the first one that it is a sales return. Yeah. So here we have to give the buyer's debit note number. So I think I've told you, even when we are passing a debit note, that whenever we are passing a debit note and now a credit note, it is always against reference because against the bill, against the support of the evidence, documentary evidence, that's the invoice, always the stocks would be returned back either to the supplier or from the customer back to us. So it's all on the basis of a documentary evidence that is nothing but the tax invoice. Okay. So against reference, enter. Yeah. So here we have the narration being
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, can
hmm,
you just show that bill-wise details again?
sharp, sharp. Yes. It's put up for you. You can watch. So shall I move back to the narration now?
Ma'am, it's showing me 18 days only, ma'am. I'm not able to change only.
No issues. I had given actually first I had given as 18, but there was a sudden gap over there where it was a technical issue. Then I had to re-log in again and then pass the entry. So here I've changed the days as 8. It was
It's
18
okay
I'd
now,
given. No
ma'am.
issues. No
Okay.
issues.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So press enter, enter, and now we come back to the narration. Now in the narration, what has to be given? In the narration is same, being Dell computers received back. The time when we had passed a debit note, it was returned back. Now it is received back. So what we'll give the narration as being Dell computers received back on account of damage. Being Dell computers received back on account of damage. So type the narration and pass the entry. Accept, yes. Okay, so here with the credit note, we here we have complete the entry where we have passed the sales voucher to record the sale of 5 Dell computers, and then out of 5, 2 are being returned back on account of damage, with which we have gone for a credit note. Okay, so after doing the intrastate and the interstate supplies for both purchase and sales along with the returns, okay, next we go for one interesting voucher in Tally, and that is stock journal voucher. Okay, so what is a stock journal voucher? What is the concept behind it? A very interesting voucher to learn is a stock journal voucher. So here, if I talk about the stock journal voucher, before going on to the word-wise or statement-wise explanation, I would like to give you a small example. Okay, now let's assume that your family wants to purchase a new TV. Okay, now your family wants a Philips TV, let's say around 52 inches TV. I'm just giving a small example. Okay, so 52 inches TV, a Philips TV. Fine. So, to buy this particular product, you're going to Chroma, which is near by your house. Okay, so I will repeat it again that Philips TV 52 inches only you want to purchase, and to purchase that you're going to the Chroma, which is nearby your house. Now you visit Chroma and you ask for the Philips TV 52 inches one only. Now the Chroma which is located near your house, let's assume your house is situated in BTM layout. Okay, so that particular outlet of Chroma doesn't have the stock of Philips TV 52 inches. He will show you, sir, why don't you purchase, or madam, why don't you purchase a Samsung is there, Samsung is there, Videocon is there. He will show you, of course, he will give you so many choices, but you're very particular about the brand and, of course, the inches what you want. So, particular about the commodity. So, what do? You are very particular about your purchase. You want only Philips brand of 52 inches. Now, as of now, Chroma doesn't have the stock. Now, you tell me that what would the usual, words of that marketing professional would be, the sales professional would be, when there is out of stock and he has to communicate to you. How does he how does he do? What does he say usually? Would he say that, sir, in our no, sir, no stock is there. So why don't you visit any other showroom? In our showroom, there is no stock. Or what is the usual way of communicating? What he would say, even though there is no stock, he would say, "Sir or madam, please visit next week somewhere. We would have the stocks. We would have sufficient stock, or we would get the same product what you would want to purchase." Yes, this everybody would accept. He will never tell on face that you can visit any other showroom or any other place to purchase. In our outlet, we don't have. So he would always reply you that you come by next week, you will have the particular product present or for your purchase. Yes, there will be a stock availability because he doesn't want to lose his customers. Now, the question is, the BTM layout branch of Chroma doesn't have the stock of Philips TV 52 inches. Now, he will ask you to come by next week. Now, within this week's time, what would happen? What he would do? Now, the Jayanagar branch of Chroma has sufficient stock of Philips TV 52 inches and other size TVs. So, what he would do is he would stock transfer Philips TV 52 inches from Jayanagar to BTM layout by the next week, by the time you arrive, right? He would make a stock transfer from Jayanagar to BTM layout. So, this stock transfer, where can we record? Can we record in a contra voucher? No. A payment voucher? Never. A receipt voucher? Not at all. A journal voucher? Strictly no. So when it comes to a purchase voucher, there is no purchase involved. It is merely a stock transfer. So to record the stock transfer, we have only one voucher, that is stock journal voucher. Yes. So the voucher which will record the stock transfers from one go down to another go down, one location to another location, it is stock journal voucher. Stock transfers does not involve any purchase or sale of stock. It is merely a stock transfer. So to record the same, of course, it is stock journal voucher. So this voucher is used to transfer the goods from one location to another location. The quantity of the stock remains the same, but the location or the go down changes. Now, what happens in the complete chroma? Now, chroma, whether it is in Jayanagar, whether it is in BTM layout, or it is in Kormangla, wherever it is, in the chromas, in the financial statements of chroma, in the stock summary report of chroma, the total number of Philips television will remain the same, but the place of storage will change. So instead of having 10 TVs in, I mean, usually let's assume that it was 10 TVs in Jayanagar and 0 TVs in BTM layout, Philips TV 52 inches. Now out of 10 TVs, 5 TVs get stock transferred to BTM layout from Jayanagar. So it still remains 10. Whether it is 10 in one place or 5 in two places, the quantity of the stock remains the same, but the place of storage will change. So that is nothing but stock journal voucher, right? So here I've given a small illustration to record the same. Okay, as there is a shortage of stock in go down 2, the company has transferred Whirlpool washing machines from go down 1 to go down 2 at the same value. Now, there is no change in the value because at the cost price itself, I will be transferring the stock. When I'm making a sale to the customers, obviously the sale price plus the the GST amount I would tax, and then I would make a sale. But whenever there is a stock transfer taking place, it is always at the cost price. Okay, so here we have to record this particular stock journal voucher, and for that we have to go to Alt F7. So now Alt F. Now, how is the best way to remember this particular voucher? Now, what is only F7? Which voucher is only F7? It is
Jo- Journal.
it, yes, it is journal voucher. So stock journal. So if F7 is only a journal voucher, Alt F7 is a stock journal voucher. So let's pass a stock journal voucher. So let's go back to the tally screen. and press Alt F7. Yes, we have the stock journal voucher. Now the screen is very different, very variant from the rest. Now we so far you saw name of the item, quantity, rate, and amount. Now you have transfer of materials, right? So now here we will pass the entry for the same. Space bar. Now please observe carefully when I'm passing the entry. Okay. Now here we have two limits. Okay. Two destinations columns we have here, source and destination. Source means from where the stocks are getting transferred, and destination to where the stocks are getting transferred. Okay. So here, what is the stock transfer taking place? It is of Whirlpool washing machines, correct? So first what we have to do is we have to press the space bar. Once we press the space bar, we get the list of the stock items. In that, we have to select Whirlpool washing machines. Press enter once you select it. Okay. Now space bar again. Now in which location it is currently there? It is in Godown 3. So in my company, I've stored all the Whirlpool washing machines in Godown 3. So I'll select that particular Godown. Now here, how many washing machines are being stock transferred to Godown 2? Now I will not check off the quantity because quantity it is all left to you. Okay. So here I'm currently transferring 10 washing machines. You can choose 5, 10, 7. So any number. So here currently I would choose 10 washing machines. I'll type 10, press enter. So moment I give it as the quantity, the rate would automatically appear as 15,000. It will take the average cost. In case there is a particular cost price involved, you can put up the same. Okay. So press enter, enter, enter three times, and then you will come to the destination column. Now what is the stock item we are transferring here? Whirlpool washing machines. So again press the space bar, select Whirlpool washing machines. Now press space bar again. Now I'm transferring 10 washing machines from Godown 3 to Godown 2. So I will select Godown 2 here. Okay. And now here the space bar, Godown 2 I've selected. Now 10 I'll type, enter, enter, enter. Yes. Now I'll come to the narration. So this is how I have stock transferred from Godown 3 to Godown 2. Narration being 10 pieces of Whirlpool washing machines stock transferred to Godown 2 on account of shortage of stock. on account of shortage of stock. So being 10 pieces of Whirlpool washing machines transferred to go down 2 on account of shortage of stock. So type the narration and pass the entry. I hope all of you have got this entry, the stock journal voucher. Yes, so quantity, it's all left to you whether you have to choose 10 or 20. It's a simple voucher to pass, but it has its own importance. Okay, so once you type the narration, pass the entry. Accept, yes. Okay, right. So after stock journal voucher, we have another interesting voucher, that is physical stock voucher. So what is this physical stock voucher basically is? Now we saw stock journal voucher that there is a stock transfer, yeah, of the commodities from one go down to another go down on account of shortage of stock. And now we have a physical stock voucher. Now what role does this play? Now here again I will continue with the same example what I gave that time. Now you wanted to purchase a Philips 52 inches TV only, on account of which there was a stock transfer made of 5 TVs from Jayanagar Chroma outlet to BTM Chroma outlet. Okay, so this was a stock transfer. Now what would have happened is I would have ordered for a stock transfers of 5 TVs, and I've already passed the entry with a stock journal voucher that 5 TVs are being stock transferred. And here there is an updation in my stock summary report that I have transferred 5 TVs. But what would have happened is during transit, during transportation, okay, by on road, what would have happened is out of 5 TVs, you know, 2 TVs would have got damaged. There would be an accident, and there would be a damage of stock. So what happened was out of 5 TVs, 2 TVs would have got damaged. So what do I do? Would I take the delivery of all the 5 TVs at BTM layout? No. I would only take the delivery of 3 TVs, and the remaining 2 TVs I sent it back. But here I have already recorded a stock transfer voucher recording the stock transfer of 5 TVs in my Tally software, which is my company's books of accounts. Now, how do I correct it? How do I modify the current quantity of the stock? How do I make it? So, the only way is to go to a physical stock voucher. Okay. Now, here, this voucher, what role does it play? Now, what I have to do is already I've updated the stock summary that I've transferred this quantity of stock. That's 5 TVs I've told you. Now I have to change the quantity of stock as from 5 to 3, because 2 I have sent back because of the damage. So to record that correction of stock, to record the quantity of stock that is available in the go down into the books of accounts, which means I have to match the go down quantity with the stock which I've given up in the company books of accounts, nothing but Tally software. So both have to be the same. If it is 3 TVs, and my Tally software, if it is 5 TVs, so there is a complete mismatch. So to avoid that, to correct that, now what has to be done is we have to equate both. That is, what is the stock available in the go down, the same quantity is available in the given in the company's books of accounts. So this correction can be done with the use of physical stock voucher. Okay, so the same I've given as this is used for recording the actual stock which is verified or counted. Okay, so very important are these words are this is used for recording the actual stock which is verified or counted. Yes, there's when there's a stock inspection done, when actual verification is done, so actual quantity wise how much are the stock items. It happens when the stocks in the books of accounts and the physical stock do not match. Yes, so in my books of accounts it was showing as 5 TVs, and if I count it physically I'm having only 3 TVs. So when they do not match, that time to equate both, to match both, I go for a physical stock voucher by using control F7. Now here for the same purpose I have given an exercise. There was a physical verification done and found that there is only one Whirlpool washing machine in the godown. I've just given the number as 1. You can give any number. Now here I'll let you know. I'll repeat. So there was a physical verification done and found that there's only one Whirlpool washing machines. Now how many you have stock transferred? You have stock transferred 7, 8. Now I have stock transferred here as 10 washing machines. So here I've given as 1. So you can also give the same assuming that remaining are damaged. So here what you have to do is we'll go back to the Tally software. And what is a function key for a physical stock voucher? It is Control F7. So see how the link builds up now. Only F7 is journal voucher. Alt F7 is a stock journal voucher. Control F7 is a physical stock voucher. So with one key we have Alt Control associated. So here when we press Control F7 we get the stock journal voucher. Okay, so here it's a very simple voucher to attend. Now here which is the stock? Now in the current situation in this example I have transferred 10 washing machines. I have recorded the stock transfer of 10 washing machines from godown 3 to godown 2. But unfortunately, by a small accident, out of 10 Whirlpool washing machines, 5 are damaged. Okay, so here I will just correct it as 5. Okay, yes. So here I will correct it as 5 instead of 1 because 1 will be a too small number. So here, what is the stock which I have to correct it now? It is Whirlpool washing machines. So I'll go to Whirlpool washing machines here, press enter. Now go down. Now I had recorded a stock transfer of Whirlpool washing machines from godown 3 to godown 2. Now while in transit there was a small accident and out of which 5 were damaged, 5 I have received. So as of now in the godown 2 I am having only 5 washing machines but not 10 Whirlpool washing machines. So what I have to do is I have to press the space bar. I have to select the go down where I would have recorded a stock transfer of 10 washing machines. Now I have to correct the stock that it was not 10 washing machines. It is not 10 washing machines I'm currently having, but I'm having only 5 washing machines because 5 are damaged. I've sent it back. So I will give the quantity as 5. So now press enter. Amount, there is no requirement because it's no way concerned with the amount. It is just concerned with the correction of the actual quantity of stock available with the company's books of accounts. So what this means is as of now I'm not having 10 but I'm having 5 Whirlpool washing machines. So once you give as 5, press enter, you would come to the narration, and the narration you would give the narration as being Go down quantity verified, stock verified. Being go down quantity, stock verified. Go down quantity, stock verified and updated in the company's. So being go down quantity, stock verified and updated in the company's books. So this is the way we type the narration.
Mom, can you please show this entry again?
Which you want me to repeat this entry again?
Yes, mom.
Okay, madam. Request is granted. So, right. So I'll pass it again for those it's not unclear. But the concept is it clear for you? What I told?
Yes, mom.
Huh. Okay. So here now name of the item. Now, now as I told that 10 washing machines were stock transferred to the go down 2, right? So which I've already recorded in my tally software that I'm receiving 10 washing machines. But out of 10, what would have happened? 5 are damaged, only 5 only I received. Remaining 5 I sent it back. So to correct that from 10 to 5, I have to use a physical stock voucher. So for that, in name of the item, spacebar. Now, which is the quantity I have to correct now? It is Whirlpool washing machines. So I'll select Whirlpool washing machines. And now in which godown I've recorded the stock transfer? It was from godown 3 to godown 2. So to godown 2 it was transfer which I've recorded. So space bar, I will select godown 2 where currently it is showing that there are 10 washing machines. So I'll press enter there. And here I have to correct that. See, if you go back to go down to now currently how much it is showing, it is 10, but I have to correct that it is not 10 but it is only 5 washing machines. So I will in the quantity column I will give it as 5. I'll press enter, 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 and I will come back to the narration and give the narration. Okay, that being go down quantity, stock verified and updated in the company's books. Hope it's clear now.
Yes, mom. Thank you, mom.
Yeah, most welcome. So here, after typing the narration, I hope for the rest of all this concept is clear. Okay, right. So once you type the narration, pass the entry. Accept, yes. Yes. So this is the way we go for the physical stock voucher. Right? So now we have passed purchase, sales, interstate, intrastate. Then after that we have stock journal, we have physical stock vouchers, right? So you can take a small break for a couple of minutes and then we can resume the session. Yes. So I hope all of you are back after a short break. Right. Now let's continue after the physical stock voucher. Okay. Now here, once after recording the stock journal and physical stock, next we go for one set of entries under GST. That is GST supplies inclusive of taxes. But before that, I would like to show you a very interesting stock report, okay, in Tally software. We'll press the escape key and we'll come back to the gateway of Tally screen. Now, in the reports column, we have a stock summary report. So if you click on stocks, I think this I've shown you already once we were going for the interstate supplies. Here we have the stock summary report. Now, here will give you the list of the stock items and the current quantity against the respective stock item, the rate and mode and everything. This is one kind of a stock summary report. Now we have a detailed stock summary report where we can go to display more reports, press enter on display more reports, and over here we have to go to statements of inventory. Statements of inventory. Now if you go to the statements of inventory, press enter. Now we have a report as stock query, which you can observe here. We have a stock query. So press enter on stock query. Now select the stock item Whirlpool washing machines. Press enter. Yes, so here we have the complete details of the stock summary. I can say a complete blueprint of the complete stock movement. Now you have the name of the stock item, under which group does it belong to, the closing balance, the cost price, and as I told, what is the default costing method always chosen? It is average cost method. And under which category? Home appliances, the closing value, the valuation, market valuation method, and from whom we have made a purchase, to whom it has been sold. Yes, so we have a complete detail. And again, if we come down, can you see here? We have the go down details. Now, in the go down, if you observe, from go down 3 to go down 2, we had transferred how many? 10 numbers of washing machines. And here only you can make the change that actually in go down 2 it had to be 10. But since out of 10, only 5 were actually received in the go down. So you have only 5 there. Remaining 5 were damaged stock. So we had, we had made that correction of the stock quantity as from 10 to 5. Henceforth, in the go down to, you're currently seeing only 5 Whirlpool washing machines. Is that clear? So the next column, if you see, you also have the other stock items which are belonging to the same category. You also have here IFB washing machine. So if you click on that, you get IFB washing machine stock query report. Okay, so this is a complete report of the stock movement analysis, I can say. So this will give a complete discussion of the stocks. Okay, so now let's go back to the entries. Yes. So we have GST supplies inclusive of taxes. Okay. So here we will pass a voucher where we can see the breakup of the taxes, which means now whenever we are purchasing any commodity, any product or any item, so what happens, uh, at the back of the product it is always given as MRP inclusive of taxes. Yes, this all of us would have seen, MRP inclusive of taxes. Now we will pay the total price. Let's say MRP inclusive of taxes, 100 rupees. So we'll pay the full 100 rupees and we purchase the product. But we don't have a information, or we don't have the clarity of what is the quantum of tax, what is the amount of tax, what is involved in that particular commodity. We are aware of the rate, everything, but what is the actual amount of the tax involved in that particular commodity, because it's given as MRP inclusive of tax. So that breakup we can see with this particular entry. That's why I've given as GST supplies inclusive of taxes. So here company sold the following goods to NRT traders, Karnataka. Now, what the company has sold? It has sold Dell computers, two Dell computers, and the rate, that is MRP inclusive of tax, what is charged per Dell computer. For one Dell computer, it is 17,980. So, rate per Dell computer is 17,980. Now we have to record this particular entry. Now for that, we will as usual go to the sales voucher. But before passing the entry, we have to activate an important feature there. See, I've given at the bottom here F12 configuration. Set the option allow entry of rate inclusive of tax for stock item as yes, and then only we can pass the entry. Okay. So I'll go to the tally screen and I will go to the sales voucher F8. Yes. So before passing the voucher, as I've told, what we have to do, we have to press F12 configurations. Okay. Now at the top we have, or here only, but it's evident. I will not go for show all configurations. On the right hand side, yes. Can you observe here? Provide rate inclusive of tax for stock items as yes. This has to be activated as yes. On the right hand side of the configuration screen from sales voucher, if you press F12 configuration, on the right hand side you have tax details. Under tax details you have a feature provide rate inclusive of tax for stock items. This you have to activate. So make it as yes. Press enter, enter, accept the configuration. Now the Dell computers are being sold to whom? To NRT traders, Karnataka. So it is an intra-state outward supply. Okay. So party create NRT traders under sundry debtors. The registration number of NRT traders. Yes. Registration type regular. Delivery note. Dispatch document number. Dispatched through. Tempo. Destination. KR Bangalore. Carrier name. Shakti Enterprises. Motor vehicle number. Sales ledger. Sales account. Spacebar. Now, since it is intrastate sales, we have to select which classification. Sales taxable. Spacebar. Now, what is being sold? It is Dell. Select Dell computers. Go down to quantity. How many are being sold? Two. So here you have to be very careful. Now, what is the rate per number of Dell computers that is charged? MRP inclusive of tax. It is 17,980. 17,980 has to be given in the amount column. Can you observe here we have rate inclusive of tax. So here we have to give 17,980. So once we give MRP inclusive of tax of 17,980, press enter. Yes. So here you can see in the next column that this is the rate which is exclusive of tax. MRP inclusive of tax, if we are selling at this rate, that is 17,980, what is the rate for the product of Dell without tax, exclusive of tax? But this is nothing but actually the sales value. Sales value plus tax, you have the invoice value. So here the So here this is the the sales value what you're seeing here. That is cost plus profit and exclusive of tax. So it is exclusive of tax value which you're watching here. That is 15,237.29. Okay. So how did this deduction happen? We had given the GST rate applicable when we are creating the stock item itself, that Dell computers are subject to 18% GST. So if we take 17,980 as an MRP inclusive of the tax, it will be considered as inclusive of the GST. And once we come to the next column, it will subtract the GST calculation and will show you the rate which is exclusive of the tax, considering the GST at 18%. So now what you would do is you will press enter, enter, come back to the main screen. I hope all of you have got this inclusive and the exclusive of tax columns. Okay, so press enter. Yes, so we'll come back to the main screen. Now here you will observe that rate inclusive of tax has been given as 17,980 inclusive of tax. Exclusive of tax it is showing at 15,237. Now the total amount column which we are seeing here, that is 30,474.58. This is the total amount for two Dell computers exclusive of tax. Yes, it is not inclusive. If you wish, you could check again. Now, 17,980, it is inclusive. So it has to be for two numbers. How much it would be? We can use a calculator pen and we can check. So I'll just press all to see here. One minute. So here, so if you use the calculator here and if you check, let me give the idea. 17,980 where we have to activate. Now, if we use a particular calculator, okay, and when we calculate, so how much would we get? You will get around 35,960. Yes, or if you're able to get the calculator, it's fine. Otherwise, you can use your Windows key and you can calculate here 17,980 into 2. How much is this? 35,960. This is inclusive of tax for two computers, MRP inclusive of tax for two Dell computers. Now, what is the value being shown here? It is 30,474, which means it is exclusive of tax. You can cross check. Or you can multiply this exclusive of tax and you can make out. Now, what we have to do here is press enter, enter, and now you have to give the CGST and SGST amount. Now, can you see at the bottom? 35,960. So which means whatever the total amount has been given here, right? 30,474.58. That is the total amount for two Dell computers exclusive of tax. So when we add up the CGST, SGST here, we get the total amount inclusive of tax. That is 35,960. So here it's cross verified, it is cross checked. So this is how we can get the inclusive and the exclusive of the tax breakup in Tally by using this particular feature. Okay, so press enter, enter, give it as on account 35,960 being Dell computers sold to NRT traders subject to 18% GST. If you want, you can give as on on cash in brackets MRP rate inclusive of tax. So being Dell computers sold to NRT traders subject to 18% GST on cash in brackets MRP rate inclusive of tax. And this is the way we type the narration and pass the entry. So type the narration and pass the entry here. Accept, yes. Okay, yes. So this is the way we pass the entry for supplies inclusive of tax. Okay, now we go for the next set of discussion, that is accounting of supply of services. Now, what is this accounting supply of services? Right now, so far we have discussed of the goods itself, whether it is a taxable, interstate taxable, intrastate taxable. We have only spoken about the goods. So never gone for any service-based entries, because what is GST ultimately? It is goods and services tax. So now we will go for the record of the service-based entries. So after enabling GST in the company, one can record the inward and the outward supply of services using a purchase voucher for receiving services and sales voucher for sale of services. So there is no like differentiation of vouchers for goods and services. Now, how for purchasing goods we go for a purchase voucher, in the same way for receiving services from a service provider we go for a purchase voucher. Now, if I am a service provider, I am providing services to one of my clients, I will go for a sales voucher to record the sale of services. That's it. So, the same procedure what we follow. But here, as I've already made discussions in the earlier sessions, we have two codes. One we have is this HSN code. Second we have is this SAC code. Now, HSN code stands for Harmonized System of Nomenclature, which is the naming or the coding system for the goods. Now we have the SAC code applicable for services, where it is Service Accounting Code, which is the coding or the naming system for services. So here, company provided advertising services worth 5 lakh to Zenith Private Limited, Bangalore. Additionally, GST at 18% is charged on the invoice. Now, here there has been an assumption made that my company is an advertising agency. Okay, being an advertising agency, it has provided advertising services to Zenith Private Limited. And what is the total value of the service? It is 5 lakhs. And this advertising service is subject to 18% GST. Now, how do we treat the entire case here? First of all, since the company is providing advertising services, it is a sale of services. So, henceforth, we will record this particular entry under which voucher? It is a sales voucher. So, let's go back to the sales voucher. So we're already in the sales voucher, and of course we have to remove the MRP segment now, because for one type of transaction I'm showing the MRP based entry. So first of all, before passing the sales voucher, make sure you deactivate the feature, because it's only based for MRP based entries. So what you have to do is you have to go back to the F12 configuration from the sales voucher and go back to the tax details. Yes, so we had activated this provide rate inclusive of tax for stock items. Please do deactivate back, because for all the transactions, it starts giving the MRP based and exclusive of tax. So that's why we'll give it as no. Okay. So provide rate inclusive of tax for stock items as no. then Control A. Yes, you'll come back to the sales voucher. Now here, since advertising service is not a product, it is a service. So can we pass in the same screen where it is showing name of the item, quantity, rate and all? We can't quantify the services. We only value the services and it is not an item. So what we have to do is we have to change the voucher mode for passing a service-based entry. So what we have to do is we have to change the voucher mode by pressing Control H. Control H is change mode option, which you can also see in the vertical button bar. Okay, so press Control H. You have the change mode option. Okay, and here you have three modes. We have item invoice, we have accounting invoice, and we have as voucher mode. So what you will do is you will select the second one, that is accounting invoice mode. Select that accounting invoice mode and we are in this screen. Now you have party account, you have particulars amount. Okay,
Can you please show that again?
Control H from sales voucher. Now can you see three modes? Item invoice, accounting invoice and as voucher mode. Now for passing service based, that sale of services, we cannot use item invoice, but we have to use accounting invoice mode. Select accounting invoice mode there. Press enter on that. Okay. So now we
Yes,
will
ma'am.
get the accounting invoice mode. Okay. Now to whom are we providing services? It is Zenith Private Limited. Okay. So we have to create that particular ledger. Zenith Private Limited under the group of sundry debtors itself because service is being provided. Then we have to give them, as usual, the GST registration number as yes. Here there is no delivery note dispatch because it's not a stock item to be dispatched. It is a service provided. So this need not be given because it's only for the stock based. So you can just press Control A here. If you want, we can give the document number only. Okay, so here also after giving the address for Zenith, you can press Control A and we are back to the sales voucher screen. Now over here, which is the service which is being provided? It is advertising services. So space bar. Yes. So now you have to go to the create option at the top. Okay, and create as advertising services. Now advertising services has to be categorized under sales account. Why? Because it is a sale of services is what I'm doing. It is not only merely an income. It is a sale of services. So under sales account, type of ledger not applicable, cost centers no, GST applicable, set or alter GST as yes. Now in the description column, you can give it the same as advertising service. Now you have to give the SAC code. So give 4-digit SAC code. Nature of transaction, it has to be sales taxable because I'm providing within the state itself. So I'll give it as sales taxable. Now it is subject to 18% GST. So I'll put up as 18%. Enter, enter. So I get 9%, 9%. CGST, SGST. Now here, what you have to do is type of supplies you have to give up as services. Now what is the total value of the service? It is 5 lakhs. Type 5 lakhs in the amount column. Press enter. Now here you have to choose sales taxable. And here you have to put up the CGST and SGST. So the gross amount would be 5,90,000. And take up as new reference Zenith Private Limited. Due date here I would take it as 30 days. 30 days. Press enter and type the narration as being advertising services provided on credit subject to GST at 80%. Like this, we type the narration and pass the entry. So accept, yes. Okay. So in today's class, we have passed accounting for supply of services, MRP inclusive of taxes. So a couple of GST based discussions, entries we will do up in the next session, along with few other new concepts to learn. So until then, please all of you keep your practice consistent and make sure whatever has been done in the class, please do it again in your practicals. So I think we can end up today's session for today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Well,
Thank you, ma'am.